Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I would like to tell you about some of the new functionalities that we've added to our cryptocurrency application, which works between crypto exchanges. And I'm going to do this with the help of an example. So we've added several new exchanges, so we now have a growing list of exchanges to choose from. And let me show you the full list. So you can see that we now have Binance, Bitfinex, BitMEX, Bitstamp, GDEX, Terabit, and OKX Spot. If we go with REST API, we also have Kraken and Poloniex available to us for use. So it's easy to add an exchange. All you need to do is just enter the API key. Some exchanges also use a secrets key, so if that's the case, you will need to enter that as well. Once you've added a new exchange, you can trade all the currencies available on the two exchanges. And I will now discuss the new features that we've added that will make it easier for you to set up your currencies. Now, we don't recommend trading only one currency, for example, only Bitcoin USD. The reason being that in order to take advantage of all the functionalities offered by the system, offered by the application, it would be much better to use several currencies. We've noticed that the number of arbitrage situations fluctuates for each currency, so sometimes one currency is active, and then another currency becomes more active. So it makes more sense to set up several currencies instead of using only one. If you don't have the means to set up several currencies, or if you prefer not to deposit the money for several currencies right away, there's a workaround. Let me show you what that workaround entails. So if we click on Add Arbitrage Pair, we'll then be able to add multiple pairs in, excuse me, in emulation mode. So add arbitrage pair, let's select that. So we add several pairs or many pairs in emulation mode. Once a certain pair has become active in terms of arbitrage situations, we can activate that pair to make it go live for you until another pair becomes active, at which point you activate the other one and leave all the other pairs in emulation mode. So let me show you how all this works. So let's say we decide to use Bitfinex and let's say Bitstamp and the symbol Ripple. So I now have to determine the lot size that I need in order to attain my trading objectives. So first of all, you need to view the relevance information concerning that currency pair. So for example, for Ripple, let's select Ripple. We need to click on View Pair Info. Whoops, there it is. So we see the one coin costs $1.1. So let's say we want to make $10 in each arbitrage situation. To obtain that kind of result, we need a lot size of about 1,000. So an arbitrage situation allows us a return of approximately 10%. We set the slippage and the maximum spread. Slippage can be anything because we're using market orders. Only one exchange, and that's Durbit, does not allow market orders. So for Durbit to emulate market orders, for that exchange we need to use limit orders, but then set a very high slippage value. For all the others, we can use any slippage we like. Maximum spread is also unimportant. It doesn't really matter what you use for your maximum spread. You can set it to a high value. It will not affect your trading results. Now, moving on further down, the difference to open, the difference to close, those are the key values that will let us open offsetting orders on the two exchanges when an arbitrage situation arises in one direction, then wait until an arbitrage situation occurs in the other direction, and then close the orders. we have a functionality called dynamic close, which makes it possible for you to close an order with the exact profit that you want. So there's a field there for the profit target. If we set the profit target to let's say $10, the system advises. So let's say $10. The system advises that the difference to close, the difference to open, the difference to close should be approximately $5. We have two more parameters, two new parameters here. The difference input makes it possible to use either points or dollars. If you set it to points, then the system tells us that we can use an approximate value of 943 points. Okay, so the system calculates the number of points based on the current dollar value. Equally, we can calculate the profit in points and in dollars. If we set it to points, then the profit target has to be expressed in points as well. So that's 10 points. However, I think that it's more convenient to set both parameters to dollars. That way we'll be able to set the difference to open and the difference to close values in terms of currency, which will just make things more user friendly, in my opinion. So I've also got the emulator mode box checked off, so orders will not be opened on the market. And I have set 5 here and here, and we can now click on OK. So we now see that we have Ripple in both exchanges, and we can see that the current difference is negative $4.3 here, and then negative $6.5 on the other exchange. So what I can do now is slightly change these values based on the prevailing imbalance. So if I set the open difference, just let's say $6. I can then set the close difference to $4. So $6 and $4. So that's 6 and that's 4. So the difference to open is 6 and the difference to close is $4. So and that's that. So I would also like to point out that all calculations are performed with commission fees already having been taken into account, so you don't need to make any adjustments for commission fees yourself. So if you use a value of $6, that $6 number represents the net amount with the commission fee already calculated. So your difference to open, your difference to close, and your profit values are net amounts. So we have set up Ripple, and we can observe the number of arbitrage situations for the currency pair in emulation mode. And then once the pair becomes active, we can switch to real-life mode and then start trading Ripple. And then if Litecoin becomes active next week, for example, we can trade Litecoin. And that's really all there is to it. Thank you very much for your time. I hope this has been useful. Have a great day.